What we know is that the administration is still hashing out exactly what this is going to look like. There are several options. One is that he will announce a flat tariff on all major importers. That's, let's just say it's 20%, and then applies to everyone. That's the idea of the universal tariff that was discussed over the past few months. There's another option that's more of a customized version where country X gets a 22% tariff and country Y gets a 16% tariff, and every country gets a different number. There's a tier option where you divide countries into three different baskets. You get a 15% tariff, you get a 20% tariff, and you get a 25% tariff. It's one of the other options that seems to be coming together at the last minute is one that's sort of narrower, hits fewer countries, and would have a sort of lower tariff rate applied to these countries. So this is the option that would be least harmful, economists would say, to the global economy. But any way you slice it, none of this looks to be positive for growth or inflation in the short run.
Okay, and is this upending the kind of global trading system? And there could be a major drop in exports then to the US from a whole range of countries. We don't really know how many. What are the risks to those countries?
Yeah, that's the big question is, how much of a headwind is this going to be for countries that are more reliant on the U.S. market than the U.S. market is reliant on them. That's where President Trump thinks his leverage comes from, is that you will suffer more under this scenario than I will, and therefore I will have leverage over you in negotiations. The other part of this is the administration would argue that this is going to create lots of manufacturing jobs, hundreds of thousands of manufacturing jobs, Peter Navarro said recently, and that this would rebalance not only the global trading system, but this would restore the wealth of the middle class in the U.S. that's been hollowed out, they would argue, by China over the past few decades.
And I suppose in terms of the response, what should we be expecting from other countries as to how they'll deal with this?
Well, we've seen a range of responses leading up to this. The European Union has said it will retaliate in kind, basically in proportion to what they get hit with. Canada has also said that they're going to come out swinging against this as well. Other countries have said, the UK, some countries in Asia, Japan, and Korea have said, well, this is a good opportunity for us to negotiate. We will accept the tariffs that you put on our exports, but this is the beginning of the process, not the end of it. We'll sit down and negotiate the way you would a free trade agreement almost. Those take years and years to negotiate. But this is something the global trading system took many decades to develop into the form it is in today. And President Trump is trying to rewire that system in a matter of months, if not a year or two.
What are US companies saying about the tariffs and also the broader impact then on the US economy?
US companies are freaking out, and they won't tell you this publicly because they're worried about being attacked, being targeted by the administration. But there are lots of conversations going on behind the scenes that say, yeah, we can understand that this is a negotiating tactic to, help Mexico increase its border security. Fine, that's one approach. But if you really do this, if you really essentially change the rules of the global trading system overnight, that's going to be extremely disruptive. We're going to have to pass those extra costs on to consumers, and ultimately you're gonna hurt the very core base of your support that you're trying to help, and that you don't have to talk to too many economists to see that if you believe that this is going to work, that it's going to be at least painful in the short term, and perhaps even longer than that.